And we are live from Studio B with the Paul Murray Show. That's right, the PMS Show. How's it going, guys?
Hey, Erwin, what's going on?
Great.
It's the Paul Show. Oh, I've got a Canadian Drone Hub cup, but whatever.
That's all right. It's Uncle Roger.
Hey, I just got the alert, Paul. And we are live from Studio B.
I got the alert too. I guess YouTube alerts are going out well again.
Yeah.
How's it going, guys?
Hey, everything's good here in Michigan.
Paul Show. Oh, I've got a Canadian Drone Hub cup, but whatever.
I got to mute my YouTube channel because it pops up.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Yep. And how's everybody tonight? Doing good, I hope.
Yeah, I can't complain. I mean,
Herman, did you get out and get a chance to go fly today?
Yeah, I got out a little bit.
Good.
A nice day, actually. It's 64 degrees right now.
Wow. Yeah, it's 59 here, and I went and sat down to take a little bit of a grandpa nap. Woke up and I missed a ship, so oh well.
What's up, huh?
Yeah. Sometimes you get coast to coast. Welcome, coast to coast.
What's up,
coast to coast?
Yep.
Can you hear me, Lawrence?
We're gonna have to do a plug for the show Wednesday.
Yep. Lawrence is getting ready.
Yeah, I see.
No, Paul, I saw you sent me a link on the Canadian Drone Hub. I think it was a couple days ago. It was just sent out to me specifically.
Well, when I do it, that's the way I do it. I do it specifically to each individual.
Okay, I do it like that too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What I do first is, hey,
what's
Lawrence,
up?
how you doing? Can't hear.
You can't hear us? We can't hear you.
Since YouTube has changed, you now have to go over and address your settings in the bottom left corner.
Of where?
Of when he's, the live. You know how you go over there and you see the microphone that's moving up and down. Sometimes it'll have earphones around it like that, and you have to click on it.
Oh, I mean, I don't have that issue with the computer.
Oh, Bill says he's charging the Skydio too.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Might as well try to get some flying done if you can.
Exactly.
So I was on with Drone Pool yesterday, and I learned about this cool device that lets you receive FPV video back to your computer, and the computer sees it as a webcam, and you can actually live stream your FPV flight, like your Whoop flight or whatever inside the house.
Yep.
And I found it on Banggood when I looked, and it shipped out today. So from US Warehouse. So I'm kind of excited about trying that out.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
So I mean, it hooks up to your computer, or you're actually streaming to your computer from this device?
So like, it was Ed, love my drones, to really explain the whole thing to me. He's the one who's got it, and he went out and he flew live for all of us. I was like, wow, that's amazing. So it's a little receiver. You plug it in USB, and the receiver gets the analog video from an FPV drone. Doesn't matter what it is, Whoop, whatever. And the computer sees it as an additional webcam. So you can take that webcam and just choose to stream it. You could put it in Open Broadcaster. You could record it if you want to, and that's what he did. He uses this program called XSplit, where he was able to show his face and his FPV, and we just watched him fly live around his property. I thought it was really cool.
Okay.
I thought it was really cool. I bought it yesterday. It's like $25. It shipped out today. I'm really eager.
That sounds like something that Lawrence would do at the park.
What are you talking about, Paul?
DJI drones can live stream, right? I mean,
Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
we
can
hear
hear
you,
you.
Lawrence.
Okay, sorry.
I mean, like DJI drones can live stream, but I've never really seen a way to live stream FPV. So that's pretty sweet. If you have an Android phone, you can literally stream from an Android and not from a PC if you wanted to too, which is really freaking cool. I'm excited. I've wanted to do something like that for a while, just be able to live stream some FPV in the house. Or
Did you hear that one, Lawrence?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
There's something about an FPV device that you
Yeah,
can stream to your computer with.
it's like $39, isn't it? And it's a module.
it's $25 actually, yeah, and it's a USB device. You can plug it in to an Android phone or a PC, and basically it's seen as a webcam, but it's not a webcam. It's a receiver for analog video signals, and you could take that. You could take that and do whatever the heck you want with it when it comes to live streaming. You could put it up on.
Right.
Take that. Yeah, I mean, I've never seen anything like that. I never heard of it. It was Ed, Love My Drones.
Here's a quick question. So you should be able to take that device and stream through your phone out in the field too.
That if you have Android, you can. If you have
Yeah.
an iPhone, no. But yeah, if you have an Android, yes.
The only piece of crap
Okay.
iPhone we have in our house is my daughter's phone. That's
Well,
strictly Android.
Well, Android, yeah, you can actually plug it in, and then the Android device will see it as an additional camera, and you can stream. I've never seen anything like it. Apparently it's kind of old. It's like 2 years old, the device, but
Well,
I'd never heard of it.
What's the name of it again, John?
that's interesting.
It's called
It
the eSheen RGO as in letter O T and then 02. You could find it on Amazon too. It's just more expensive on Amazon.
I do not have the chat room opened up. I think I should do that, right?
I thought it was a cool device.
That would make sense.
That
Lenny.
sounds like I could have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, I mean, like
I'm
imagine.
I'm listening to this, and I mean, it's receiving the feed from the
Mhm.
camera on your FPV drone, right?
Right.
Because your drone's transmitting it back down to your
At
receiver.
at 5.8, right?
Right. So it receives the signal from there and then turns it into, it tricks the computer into thinking this is a webcam.
No, I get it. I get what it's
Yeah,
doing. Because that's what I'm saying. The better that camera is, you can do that with a lot of different things then.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah.
Like
absolutely.
even if you like say you had a camera, a real good
Adrian.
camera. Because I know a lot of those can broadcast also, some of those can broadcast also to in that way. But wow, that's interesting.
Sure, I'll share the page just so everybody can
Okay,
see
sure.
what I'm talking about, if that's cool.
Sure.
Yeah, so there it is.
Okay. I've seen that. I didn't know what that did.
I didn't realize what this did either until Ed showed me. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Right. I've seen this device, this exact ROTG, but I didn't know what the hell it did. They had offered it to me for $21 at one time, a couple of months back. You know how you get
really?
advertisements from Banggood?
Yeah. Yeah, it's, well, when you look at it, it's like, what the hell is this? What is this? And it really isn't obvious that you could use this to live stream
Right.
just from looking at this page.
Well, from the advertisement that I got, I thought it was a cheap version of a ground station.
That's what it would look like.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? You're not the only one who might think that, because when I was reading the reviews on Amazon, I saw reviews that said stuff like, way too much latency to fly using my phone or another screen. And I'm thinking to myself, that's not what this was meant for. This was meant for live streaming. This was meant for
Not for piloting.
yeah, or recording the footage to upload later. I mean,
Right.
yeah. It looks like it's a pretty sweet device. There's a little range test down here. You could probably, I took a look at that. It seems to have decent range.
Right. See, I had saw it in a picture similar to that thumbnail, and it looked like a ground station. So I'm like, I don't need a ground station. And they sell it in the US for $26, which means you could probably get it in about 7 days.
That's
What I see.
mine shipped out this morning. So, I mean, I'm hoping the white one, the white one was the only one available USA. Now it's not. That's
That doesn't
interesting.
Hey,
But
John.
it says
you're
it
in
says
FPV, right?
3-day processing. You know.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the FPV, right, John?
Oh yeah.
Well, I just got my new baby today, courtesy of the wife. Here are the specs. Well, this is it right here, GPS.
That's,
My first 6S bird. It is
Ooh.
and I need a cue card for this stuff, Armaton Chameleon TI6 with a Diatone F722S flight controller, F50 Pro. It has some Canasti Moon Boot motors, 2407, 1739 kV, TBS TBS M8 GPS, the TBS Unify Pro, 1 watt, a Foxeer Falcor camera, GoPro with a 1.8 millimeter lens, and the Foxeer long range Pagoda.
So Armatan built that?
No.
Oh, you built that?
Hadley's famous FPV built it.
Oh, he built it for you.
He actually had put out a video with it. Someone had requested this particular bird, and he went and built it. He called the guy up. The guy never answered the phone again. Hey, Joe Mac. The guy never answered the phone again.
Mac.
So he was charging the guy $450 for it. I got it for a crazy deal. That's all I'm gonna say. I got it for a crazy deal.
That's gonna be great, and it's great that you went 6S. You gotta tell me how does 6S feel, because everything I've heard, once you go 6S, you don't want to use 4-cell.
So from what I understand, with a 1300 milliamp battery, it'll give me 15 minutes flight time. So I don't know how true that is. I don't know. I have some aggressive props on here. I was told to put some smoother angle props on to make it butter smooth. But right now I'm going to take it out tomorrow and give her a maiden voyage. He did shoot a video with it, and he took her out 1.7 miles.
Oh.
Yeah, so let's see. I'm all giddy with joy.
So that's a 6-inch, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Like 5.25-inch props.
I mean, I'm thinking if you're not heavy on the throttle, you might be able to. I don't know. 15 minutes seems like a long time.
I'm not one of those guys that flip. I cruise for a while, flip through a tree, cruise around. I'm more in the slow flow flying, first of all.
You hear that, Paul?
Yeah.
Flips through trees now.
Yeah.
That's on his
I've
resume.
done it 3 times already.
See that, Paul?
Yep.
Now it's on his resume. He flips through trees.
Yeah.
He was ashamed of it the other day. Now it's
I
on his resume.
1 watt. That's not legal. Okay, well, I'm going to leave it just below 1 watt.
1 watt is, who's saying 1 watt's not legal?
Adrian Lee, he's an FPV guy, but he's down in the islands.
1 watt is.
He is actually from New York, but he relocated to the islands to rub it in our face, I think.
I was going to say 1 watt actually is legal in the United States, at least. I don't know about anywhere else, but if you go past that, then that's where you have the problem.
So I have 3.
That's what I've read.
3 1300 6S batteries coming later on this week. I only have 4 cell to run it, so I'm probably going to eat through those like a knife through hot butter. But who cares? Who freaking cares? I got 10 of them.
Adrian Lee, how you doing?
It should be enough. It should be enough, John, for me to at least see how she feels and see what I need to do to go into settings. I haven't changed the rates to what I like anyway. But with the help of Hadley and Explicit FPV and even John, Big John, I actually got this thing butter smooth now. So I'm happy with that. I'm not touching it no more. And I found out, I'm learning about props. I didn't know aggressive props give you wobble. So now that I know aggressive props give you wobble, if you want to smooth it out, you got to put smooth props on like that one. There. But these are a little aggressive. I think this is a 52-degree angle, which is a little steep for doing freestyle. It's good for freestyle, but not for cruising. You get vibration. You hit the throttle and they just bite the air really tight.
And which prop specializes in doing those power loops?
Into the tree? Anyone.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone, Paul.
So you could use anyone for that.
Yeah.
See, look at that. The both of them start a
Anyone would be
conversation
able
and
to,
run off.
Timeless Truths, how you doing? Welcome.
What's up, Timeless? So yeah, so now it's on his resume. He flips 2 trees. alone or in pairs.
He's a flipper.
Hey, I did it 3 times already. What you talking about, Willis?
Well, he's gonna start a new series. Call it Flip It.
Flipping? No,
Flip it.
I don't.
Flip it.
Oh, Paul. And
Yeah.
she's got this little chip right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
GPS chip. It shows
GPS.
longitude and latitude. So if the bird goes down, I can play it back in the DVR and find exactly where it went down.
Wow.
So they say.
It's gonna give you lines of longitude and latitude, or is it?
All I have to do is put that in Google. All I have to do is put
Does
the
it-
longitude and latitude in the Google Maps.
Does it give
it'll give me
you
a
the
pinpoint.
altitude?
Oh, okay. You don't have to figure it out on.
Yeah, I have altitude and everything. Right now, my on-screen display looks like a fighter pilot cockpit.
Okay.
Shows longitude, latitude. It shows a directional arrow. So if I'm pointed away from myself, it will always point home or something to that effect.
Yeah.
This is my
Yeah,
first time
it's just
using
like
it.
using the what do you call it on the DJI joint?
DJI.
Right,
yeah.
to find my drone.
No. You don't have to have the map and your screen. You can have your screen and that little same thing you're talking about.
Oh, the
It
longitude.
just keep showing
Drone shots.
Yeah, the arrow, the
It'll
directional
keep you-
arrow.
Welcome, drone shots.
in the direction of the home.
But
Home
John, I'm ecstatic. I even went and met the lady, the male person, 3 blocks over from my house because I know during a certain time of day she's on that block. So I went by and she says, "You're going to the store, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." She says, "I'll have your box for you when you come back." I can't be, or else I would be just getting it. Maybe it's 5:16. I would have got it maybe about 3:34 as opposed to 11:12. 11 o'clock I got it.
Well,
But I couldn't get on the
and
computer
I
anyway.
gotta give you a lot of credit for not wanting to rush up and hug her because of the distancing thing.
Oh no, she's not having it. She's not having it. She was telling me she goes in these buildings and drops the mail off, and anyone comes near her, she threatens to spray them with mace.
Mace.
Yeah, mailmen have the best mace.
She could just hit him with the hand sanitizer.
No, then they'll take a bath.
Or bust him down with the can of
So I
Lysol.
just set it up, John.
There you go.
I just configured it to the TBS module. I just bound her to using TBS agent, and I'm about to go in the yard and give her a power up test.
I think
I
you're
was-
really gonna love that.
I am, but I'm only got a 4 cell, dude. When I put a 6 on it, it's gonna scream. At least that's what I'm hoping.
So
It's
you
good.
don't have a 6S battery? Is that what the?
They're in the mail. They're on their way. They are on their way. But when I do, you'll know about it because you'll probably hear me scream from Michigan.
See, Hadley's really good too. I mean, you definitely got a solid, well-tuned
I got
build.
3 of his birds. Wait a minute. Yeah, I have 3 of his birds. I have 2 of these Falcon 190 frames, custom builds. This one is from Curtis Dart. He never flew it, never got it in the air, so it came stock. Now, when Hadley sent me the first one stock, it was too fast. I had to slow it down. It scared the hell out of me. But now I left this one like this, and I just used this one for playing around like close and stuff. But this is the real basher here.
Gotcha.
And now this will be my distance bird, medium range. I'm not going doing nothing stupid. You know, to the store and back, as they call it. The only thing is, it's interesting that this wire is in an awkward spot. I'm trying to, you see, he has it mounting in the front there. Hey, Desmond Donder. So he has it, which is actually good because it keeps it away, the power away from the GPS. I found out you shouldn't have power lines near GPS, or they tend to want to screw up. But I'm just giddy with joy.
I do like that it has a GPS on it. That's going to be a really useful feature if you ever do take it out somewhere and go long and need to figure out where it went down.
Right. And the fact that it has the longitude and latitude in the upper right-hand corner, I can always go back to the DVR and get that last position, or no, so I have a basic area to look in. Then you got to allow for tumble and roll.
Absolutely.
You know.
Yep.
So what are you talking about tonight, Paul? You know, I almost forgot. If I didn't get the alert on my phone, it said the PMS show is live. I was like, damn. Because I'm dying to go outside and power up. But
hello, Roger.
What's up, Roger?
What's up, Roger?
He's about to have dinner.
Okay.
All right.
What's good, Roger? What's good for dinner?
Well, there's a lot. I don't know if any of you saw Geek Savannah's show earlier today.
Yeah.
The live stream? Yeah.
Yeah.
Missed it, unfortunately.
Well, you know what, Paul? I've been complaining about those same things for the longest time now. I'm like, when does it stop? You know, like when are these guys held accountable for these kind of accusations?
When is DJI going to hold them accountable too?
I mean, like even
they gave a cease and desist with that bad drone news before that. The cease and if you remember, and
well, and the sad part is they've got millions and millions of subscribers.
I'll be back. I'm gonna check it out in the kitchen real quick.
Okay.
In the kitchen.
No, go outside. Go outside.
Uh-oh.
In the kitchen, that has disaster written all over it.
Oh yeah. All I can hear now is the hollering and screaming. Lawrence is talking about, yo, I gotta order a pizza.
Yeah.
The drone tore all the food down off the stove.
So I guess just to sum this up, this drones versus airplanes video from Brightside, that's what Geek Savannah's talking about?
Yep.
Yeah, I've never seen that, but I guess apparently it's a really horrible video about drones.
She's ready to go. Damn, my chair sank. She's ready to go. I just wanted to hear that sound.
Lawrence, if you need to go out back and fire it up, do so.
No.
Absolutely.
No, that's okay. I'm going to show some patience and wait until tomorrow. I just wanted to fire her up and make sure the props were on right and everything was good. I did test it in beta flight, but I just wanted to see it lift off the ground. Don't laugh, Adrian. You used to be like this too. I see him chuckling. Okay, cool.
You know, as a kid, stuff like that used to ruin school.
Yeah, in school, all day in school, you're thinking about, oh my God, I can't wait to get home to play with this new toy.
Oh, absolutely. Or a new video game or new whatever.
Yeah, it just ruined school for the day.
Diane, you're getting a call, but you're off duty. Someone named, I turned the volume down. She has her work phone here, so they, of course, call here.
So answer it.
If I pick it up and say, no, speak it to English, you'll be mad. She just threatened me. She just threatened me. Did you hear that?
Just answer it and tell them that you're the, what do you call it? The desk. They're out for the, they're out.
No, what you do is you answer it and you say, FBI field office, how can I help you?
Yeah, I'm very happy now. I just need, he even autographed the bottom of it. So I'm gonna clear coat it. If you see the frame, how it has the shine, metallic shine.
Yeah. You see
Actually,
that like that there, Lawrence? That's what I was
painted
talking about,
that.
the little feet.
What happened?
The little skid plates that you could put on the bottom of the feet, on the end
Oh,
of
like
the
these
arm.
little foamy, they usually rip off. But supposedly this is supposed to be um, a guaranteed frame. If you break it, you're supposed to send them a picture and or the bird, the frame, and they're supposed to replace it, which
Mhm.
That's
I don't plan on
that's
trying.
right. That was a major
purposely.
reason. That was a major reason for picking Armatan for my 5-inch build because of that warranty. It's a
And
lifetime
these
warranty on the
aluminum
frame.
braces in front, even put a skid plate on here, on the bottom. So I have a skid plate, some little bumper guards. I'm happy. And a TPU solid built for my Hero 5.
Too
Yeah,
bad that
awesome.
wasn't black. That gray looked like it's got a big old head.
Yeah, well,
He keeps
I'm
looking.
tomorrow.
Do you notice, Herman? He keeps looking outside.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's calling him.
He wants to go. He wants to play with it. I don't know why he doesn't. We can wait.
Lawrence.
Stop it, Paul. I'm ignoring you. I'm ignoring you. I really, really, really happy. I probably won't sleep tonight. I'll be twisting and turning, thinking about tomorrow. Justin says he's going to come out tomorrow, Herman.
Okay.
So I don't know what the deal is. I don't even know what the weather's going to be tomorrow. You know, if it rains, I will probably cry. Let me look at the weather here.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you what it might
partly
be.
cloudy, 57 degrees. Okay, that's
go.
not bad.
Then you'll be fine.
How's the winds?
You got the bad.
The wind was kind of funny this morning because it was
63.
It was at 12. Okay, now right here, the wind says at 250 feet, it's 12 miles per hour, gusting to 23. Now this morning,
better
it was 12 miles per hour, gusting to 30. So, hey, Phantom Hodges, Brant Ariels, how are you guys? Geeks Vana, great video again, as always. The KP index is 2. So as long as I'm not flying a DJI bird, I'm okay.
Okay. So check this out, Lawrence. You good from like 12 a.m. straight through to 1 o'clock tomorrow.
That's okay. I'll be in the park by 10 o'clock tomorrow.
Hey, Lawrence.
Yeah.
Did you read what Joe Mack said?
What did he say? It's going to spoil your sleep. You should fly it now. I know.
That's true. You're probably not going to be able to sleep as well either.
It's going to be such a tease to go out and.
He keeps looking out.
I'm not.
Hey, Lawrence, we're going to be here for another hour and a half.
Dude, you won't see me for the rest of the night if I go.
That's okay.
No.
As long as
I came
big smile.
I came by to support you, Paul. I'm going to
I know you do, and I appreciate it.
I'm going to hang out here.
But I
know, Night Train, the early bird gets the worm.
Yeah.
Well, tomorrow, crossfire down. I'm even going to go to the boardwalk tomorrow.
Oh.
I'm going to go to the boardwalk because he did shot a video with it and he turned back at 1.7 miles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I told, and to be honest, I was happy with that. So I may only fly from here to the corner, but it's good to know you can. It's like having a Porsche. No one plans on doing 230 miles an hour, but it feels damn good to know you can. I'm excluding Herman. Herman. He's like,
Herman says, I've seen you fly. 230 is a bit much.
Yeah, Herman. No,
200.
No, you should hear some of the stories of his old GTI.
Yo, I got the GTI up from the Whitestone to the $150 coming through off the Whitestone Bridge.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That's a little scary. That's almost as bad as when I used to ride motorcycles. I'm on the highway. This guy in a car decides to pull up next to me and rev up on a Kawasaki Ninja.
Mm-hmm.
And I smoked them because I have the quicker gears. I got it up to 127 miles an hour. Then something came into my brain and said, what happens if your front tire were to hit a rock on the road? You might go airborne, or because you could feel it starting to lift up. You have to lean forward to keep the nose down.
Well, not much of the bike is on the ground anyway at that speed.
True, but I passed this police officer in the grass, right? At 127 miles per hour. Watched him in the rear view as I went past the first exit. I went down 2 exits and went across the overpass to go back in the other direction. And just as I was crossing over, waiting for the street light, you see him passing under. Woo, 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 woo. He don't know where the hell he was going. But I watched him pass under me.
Well, I'll bet you didn't stand up on the bike and wave at him. Hey, I'm up here.
No. Oh, definitely not. Oh, no. 100 miles per hour in goggles is crazy fast. Night train, I'm not ready for 100 miles per hour yet. But by the summer, I should be.
Oh, here we go, Herman.
Uh-oh.
You heard it.
Get the repair kit out.
I'm only doing 50, 60. I'm only doing anywhere from 50 to 60 miles per hour now. And when I tumble for 50 to 100 feet.
Yeah.
So
yeah, get the repair kit out now.
we can have a live stream and a live stream. Kim is live streaming now. People are telling him to come on over to Paul.
Really?
Yeah, I just told him to come on over.
Yeah, tell him to come on over. He might as well come join us and hang out.
Roger's in the kitchen.
Roger's in the kitchen?
Roger's in the kitchen.
Roger's in the kitchen with Dinah.
Hey, you know what, Lawrence? I'm showing your age, bro.
Huh?
Them songs show your age.
Oh.
Well, you knew what it was, so. Yes, 500 feet radius of crash site. Exactly.
500 feet radius.
Well,
of the crash site.
You
know the people are dead, right?
Well, if you're traveling at 50 miles per hour and you happen to hit the ground and start tumbling, I've counted how many times I've seen the sky in slow-mo, and it was about 45 to 47 times.
You know, we got to work on, Lawrence, controlling those crashes. So that way you don't tumble.
Well, I'm working on it. I just know
there's a landing.
I just do my best to stay away from the ground.
A landing and a crash, right?
Well, I mean,
there's such a thing as a controlled crash.
That's a landing. Consider how you don't bring that thing to the airport. It's a landing.
John, help me out here.
No, but I'm just saying, consider how the drone don't go to the airport, right? A controlled crash is a landing.
Right. I can understand that.
Makes plenty of sense.
I just sent them the link. Although Kim should have the link to your show. I don't, but who knows?
I mean, it should have popped up.
It should have, yeah. I agree, it should have, but I got to charge this.
Sometimes it doesn't.
GoPro, turn off. Yeah, I got to charge. It's only 48%. That'll never.
See, I could never get those voice commands to work right for me with my session.
Well, it works fine. It's just when the wind is blowing. then
no, my session 5, it just doesn't work right. Maybe it works a lot better on because you have a Hero.
This is the 5.
Yeah, the session 5, the voice commands.
Mine worked fine too until I lost it.
in one of those controlled landings, is that?
No, that was totally uncontrolled.
That wasn't a control.
That was totally uncontrolled. I was showing off, flying line of sight, going further and further away. And somehow, when instead of making a 180-degree turn, I must have made a 360 and hit full throttle forward and started getting smaller. So as I noticed this, I rose up in the air to try and see what direction, turn it. And it looked like it was coming back to me, but it just wasn't getting any bigger. Then I decided to hit a kill switch, thinking that I had a general idea where it fell. Well, 2 years later, it's still sitting back there with a brand new Hero Session 5 on it. And I would need a payload or shovel to push the trees out of the way to try and find it.
Up in the bushes. You can walk up.
And John Coopy, I didn't know that was the reason you put the GPS on your Hero Session 5. So if it went down, you could find it. Me, being the dummy that I thought I was being so smart, I don't need GPS on this. What do I need GPS on the camera for? The guy tells me, you lost a Hero 5? If you had GPS, you would have found it.
I got something you could chop your way in there, Lawrence.
Yeah.
Find it.
What, a Sawzall?
No, because then you would need a cord to plug it in. Or
Machete.
I don't have the battery operated one.
Oh, okay.
So
Got a machete.
yeah, I got a machete for you. You can go in.
Man, I'm not trying to
chop
work
your
out.
way in.
I'm already becoming a fat bastard sitting home with this thing going around.
Hold on a second.
The 7 pounds that I put.
What, this thing you talking about the coronavirus.
Rona, yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
You better stop starting.
At first, I thought he was going off the deep end there.
Yeah, I thought so too. I was about to say, see you later,
What are
boy.
you see me looking over my shoulder. Are you stupid?
Yeah. Well, that's because you said that, and then you swung your head around and looked behind you, and I thought, uh-oh.
No.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Oh no, no, definitely not. We're not taking that route. I would never get a maiden voyage then. Which,
Well,
by the way, she brought it for me, so I'm happy.
How's Diane's? It is Diane, right?
Yeah.
How is Diane's computer search going?
Well, like I told you guys, Diane, how's your computer search going?
Decided to buy one, but I have to make space in the house.
She decided to buy one, but she's got to make space in the house for it.
Is that her or is that the, Alexa?
Huh?
I think he's talking to Alexa.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
No, not talking to Alexa. I'm actually talking to the wife.
Yep.
Brent Ariel, Ascot. Oh man, we got a full house in here tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see a bunch of
I
people.
trained here. Everybody.
How's everyone
here.
holding up?
Ezra's
And
here.
Cool. Yep.
Yeah.
Stone pool. Hey.
Drone pool. Haven't seen you in a minute, buddy. How you doing?
What's good, Drone Pool?
Said Mike, he got his 4-inch going again. Okay, that's what's up. Any bird that is flying that hasn't been for a while? Asgard, how are you? How are you, sir? Feed right there. I just put these tools away.
Uh-oh. Yeah, put the tools far away. Keep them away from the new bird.
Well, he'll be into the tools as soon as he flies it.
I'm just glad that he now has a wall with drones on it that can fly.
Yeah, everything that's up flies. I
Everything else
took
was a
down
model.
the hospital ward, and this one I was going to take out today, but when I said the mail lady should be a couple of blocks away, I said, you know what? I'm going to leave this where it is and put her back in the frame.
Mhm.
And I charged up 10 batteries I have, the 4-cell, but I'm going to burn those suckers on this tomorrow.
Hey, Lawrence, you know when you called me the other day about that Phantom 3 Standard,
Yeah.
I started playing around with this guy here on the shelf, old girl on the shelf there.
Yeah.
Whew. You know, DJ, I think they slick.
Why?
I had to update the app, agree to this. They wanted you to download the safety database. Like, how does this thing know?
That you don't have it?
Yeah.
As soon as you plug it into your computer tells it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to you is that this thing was the primitive setup back in the day. There was no all of that fancy bells and whistles until the Go 4 app came
You see
out.
what
Somehow,
Adrian Lee put?
They managed to get it into the old
Adrian Lee says that's why she brought the drone, so she can continue using his computer.
Uh-huh.
No.
Hey,
Yeah.
Herman, maybe you can either talk about the myth or disqualify the myth that the rumors going around that when Lawrence goes out to fly, he wears a full tool belt. Is that true or not true?
What when he flies FPV or
Yeah. You guys have a whole tool belt on with every.
Nah, I have all my tools in the bag, Paul.
I actually haven't seen it because
Here we go.
when he no when
Here
he
we
was,
go.
when he was flying FPV, I was over the other side and on the boardwalk.
Okay.
Filming that catching those shots for that video for the
the parachute ride.
parachute drop.
Well, see, the rumor is the reason, there's two reasons he does it. Of course, it's because of the way he flies. But the other reason is that he carries the tool belt because he doesn't get hassled as much because everybody thinks he's working for maintenance.
Okay.
So they don't bother him when he's out.
Nah.
Well, you know what? I'll be honest with you. When we out flying, we got the vests on and our IDs on.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times no one bothers us, but everybody always thinks we're working.
Yeah. That's
like
true.
this one lady said to me one time in Atlantic City. He goes, "You work for the city? Well, can you do anything about this sidewalk?"
Yeah.
Oh.
I remember that.
I was like, "Man,
I remember that.
operation that I'm about to do here has nothing to do with sidewalks."
And the sidewalk was busted. She had heels on, and it looked like her feet hurt.
Yeah, that was one bad sidewalk. They did need to do something about it.
Yeah.
But where she was walking, it wasn't the Atlantic City is heartbreaking. That corner had no building on it. Like 3 buildings could probably fit there, and there was nothing on that corner.
Yeah,
The sidewalk
empty
was all broke. It was a big
lots
lot.
were crazy. Wait a minute, am I signed in here? I gotta sign in.
Sorry if you guys heard the cat fight.
What happened?
I said, I'm sorry if you guys heard the massive cat fight in the background. Unfortunately,
Yeah, Chick-fil-A.
my two new cats,
Oh.
my old cat, they just don't want to play nice. And honestly, kind of driving me crazy. I don't know what the hell to do about it. I kind of just thought that they get used to each other after a while, but Jesus Christ Almighty!
They go at it quite often, huh?
What is it? 2 boys or 2 girls?
It's a girl cat and a boy cat that we added, and it's a
Okay.
girl cat that was here before. So, and you'd think that maybe the male might be more aggressive, but no, it's
No,
the
I
girl.
know.
No, she'll go after him. She'll go right at him. Oh man, and I feel bad for him because he's not aggressive at all. But oh my goodness.
Well, I don't know. I honestly don't know too much about cats, but I know they can be pretty damn mean to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Push each other down the stairs, all kinds of stuff.
That's actually what was happening just right now. Literally. Yep. Trying to push each other down the stairs, and one of them went a little down. Messed up. It's messed up.
Push them down the stairs.
No, they trying to mess each other up. Oh my God, we were painting some board or whatever in the corner, and the cat was sitting near it. The one cat just decided to attack. The board fell down on top of her, and she got paint across her back. It's like, oh my God.
They're like children, huh?
Yeah, they're like children. Yeah,
They're a little worse sometimes.
It actually is worse because I don't know how to discipline them. At least with a kid, you could try to discipline them. How do you discipline a cat? How do you say?
You can't, because they don't pay you no damn mind anyway.
Remember I told you that, Lawrence? A cat would rather die than obey.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yes.
And he's right. He's right. He's absolutely right. You know, at least a kid. Well, you know, if the kid keeps attacking his brother, you could put him in timeout or take away his video game.
Right.
You spank him, do something. You can't do that with an animal. It's just, what do you do? Take food from them? No, that doesn't work, and that's just cruel. And they don't get it. It's actually it would be easier to have I won't say it would be easier to have a kid that does that stuff, but
actually, if you had a dog,
in some ways it is.
The dog would understand your anger. The cat just doesn't care.
Yeah,
Right.
the dog, because the dog, right? Yep.
And another thing, dogs feel guilt. They'll do something and go hide somewhere. A cat will do it and look at you like, yeah, I did it. What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they look at you like, what are you going to do about it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah, they
like
do.
a friend of mine had a cat, and he was doing something in the room, and the cat kept coming in the room. He put the cat out the room. The cat would come into this room and run across the ledge that where the picture frames were, and knock all the picture frames down.
Right.
So he threw the cat out the room, put the picture frames back up. Here comes the cat, flies back into the room, dives onto the ledge, and runs back through. He put the cat out the room, and he's straightening up the place. Cat comes running back in there. I just saw the cat come end over end, flying out the room, hit the wall. He slid across the wall and landed. He got up and was headed back into the room.
Wow.
So I said, yeah, they would rather die than to obey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy, but it's true. It's stubborn.
I'm just hoping that they figure out that, hey, this is the living arrangement and it's not going to change. So what's she going to do? What's she going to do? Lose an eye before she figures out that fighting is a terrible idea? I don't get it too. We've even made changes right from the very beginning. We got an extra food bowl and a water bowl.
Mm-hmm.
We got extra litter boxes. I don't get it. We did the whole thing too, where you're supposed to keep your new cats locked up in another section of your home or room. We did that too for, a couple weeks, so that way she could, get the smell and all that other crap.
Right.
And it didn't work. It just didn't work. Once they were let out, they decided they're public enemy number one.
See, I don't know if this would even work with cats. To put both of them in a box.
It'll be a fight to the death.
And where
no. In two separate boxes.
Okay.
Let them just watch each other from the box.
And I mean, these two new cats, they're very well mannered. I mean, they actually come from what is called a cat cafe, where they literally have like 20 cats there, and there's a coffee side and a cat side, and it's like a thing. You can either go there to hang out with the cats or go there to adopt one. So these cats are in the cafe for, I guess, 3 or 4 months before we adopted them. So, I mean, they're very well-mannered cats. The problem is my old cat.
They mellowed out on all that caffeine. They nice and smooth.
Yeah, I never heard of a cat cafe before.
Yeah,
I'm sure they've got to have one in the city. There's probably one in the city.
I'm quite sure they do. And you know what, Lawrence?
What's that?
If we have one, it's either in like the Village or Soho.
Yeah. One of the young
over
one of the hipster spots.
Park Slope, or in one of those places there, or maybe even in Gowanus.
Possibility.
Gowanus.
New York is funny. They found a way to get people to pay millions of dollars to live in old warehouses and toxic dumps.
Yep.
This thing is funny.
Yeah.
There's a famous shot from down by the bridge, right? And they show you this, like, it's looking up, like, through the street. And I think there's like a couple of people in the street, and it shows the bridge in the back. I remember when they were cleaning that out and building up that warehouse, and we were delivering over there some stuff. You couldn't even walk in that street. It was so gooky and nasty.
Oh, I can believe it.
Now look at it.
Yeah, now you can't even get it. You can pass through there, but you're not getting a damn apartment. That's for sure.
They can have it.
Okay, let's see.
They can have it. The kids had those big light bulb heads. It's from being conceived in that building.
With glowing body parts.
Yeah, I don't know about those places.
What are you talking about in the chat? Because I'm in another window. I'm pulling a Paul.
Ariel says the squirt gun works.
That's what my boy calls cat off. I was at his house one time. The cat kept jumping up on the couch. He says, "Now you're not supposed to be up there." don't make me get the cat off. So the cat looked at him like, yeah, what? And he said, Lawrence, hand me the cat off. I'm like, cat off? The spray bottle. As soon as I reached for the spray bottle, a cat took off. He calls it cat off because it gets the cat off.
That's what Lynn uses the same thing on her pets.
Yeah.
Spray bottle. Yep.
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
It's a bad cat bottle. That's what we call it.
Yep.
Yeah, I was watching this movie the other night. What was it called? The Informant.
Yeah.
Dude ended up
Heard of
going to
that.
jail. He had to go to jail or whatever, and he was supposed to be selling drugs in jail. Check out how they got him the drugs. They got a dead pigeon and cut it open and put the drugs in the pigeon.
Right.
Then they took the Matrice 600 up over the prison at night and dropped it on the roof. So when he had roof detail, he just went up there to clean up and scooped up the dead bird and threw it in his bag.
Wow.
No big
Oh,
deal.
wow.
That's nasty.
Well, that's almost as bad as that guy took the cat skin and the head and everything and mounted it onto a quadcopter, you know?
Yeah, that's a little morbid too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he had to get it in there somehow. I'm just glad he got the right dead bird off the roof and not the wrong one.
Yeah, right. Could you imagine? Okay, let's see. Confirmed.
Rigor Mortis, yo, how you doing?
Yo.
Okay.
So what's good, Paul? Any ships today? I noticed
There
you
was
got like
one
20
earlier.
videos in a row there.
I know, right?
I had 6. I had a run of 6 in a row. 4 one day, 2 yesterday. And
You're gonna burn out before the summer's here,
You
man.
know what, Paul? If I got that opportunity to fly that many ships at one time, I'm holding them up for a couple of days.
There was one of them that I commented on, and I said that I really liked the colors from the camera.
Mm-hmm.
And Lenny had replied to me and said that that's what it really looks like. That's the actual natural color of the water there.
yep. Yeah, Lynn's my producer, and she kind of keeps an eye on comments and stuff, which I really appreciate. And that's she keeps me kind of
It's
straight.
true.
I do whatever Lynn says. That's
Hey,
just
Metro.
Yep.
You do what Evelyn says.
Yep. Lynn. And
Now, Paul,
Come
Paul,
on.
move away from the television before the lightning strikes.
Come on, Paul. Come
It'd
on.
be a waste of all those electronics.
Lynn
You
is-
mean after
Lynn
the
is
4th
always-
time she tells you?
Lynn is
fourth or
always-
fifth time.
always looking out for him.
You mean she pulls out her retired sidearm and
Yes.
puts it to your neck, right? Then you
Yeah.
do what she says.
After she threatens to tase you or something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Metro Drones, how you doing?
We know, Lynn.
Lynn always knows what's best. And as long as
Lynn,
you
you know
follow,
we know better, right, Lynn?
as
You
long as
see
you
what you
follow
wrote in the
what
chat,
Lynn
right?
says, you cannot go wrong, right, Lenny?
I could see her now. Don't make me get in my golf cart and come over there, Paul. I could see right now.
Mm-mm-mm.
I didn't know Al Diaz was California Drones. I had subscribed to his channel. He had left a comment
Mm-hmm.
on the video, FPV video I put out this morning, and he was like, "It's me, Al," and I was like, "Al Diaz?" And I said, "All right, I'll go support your page," but I was already a supporter. I may need a second YouTube channel eventually, but not right now.
Yeah, he's going to have that Super Loop channel.
Tree climber special.
There you go.
You know what's funny about that?
It's good. You can power loop into a tree now because there's no leaves. So when they have leaves on, then you don't get your bird back.
Did you see the the last episode there on Drone U?
No, I didn't.
Oh, well, Hyatt Costello from Drone DJ.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, he's not there anymore yet.
I know he left. He left to do his own thing.
Yep.
Oh, really? Hey,
Yeah.
he let. Wow, I'm surprised.
He was telling the story about this guy who was kind of not that experienced with flying. He was doing a mapping job, and he got through with the program, the mapping segment of it. And I guess the drone was supposed to return to home, but it was going in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
And somehow he watched it go into a tree or whatever. And another guy, I think, went and got his drone to try to get it out the tree and end up getting his drone stuck in another tree.
I saw something that said 2 DJI drones stuck in a tree. Was that it?
Yep.
I didn't watch the video.
the
I
guy
thought
with
it
the
was
second-
clickbait or something.
The guy with the second drone showed up, and they hooked up a bungee cord to it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so they were trying to hook the Phantom, and in the meantime, he hooked the tree.
Mhm.
And then when he tried to pull away, it
Slung his ass into the
slung
other
his ass into another tree.
Oh.
Oh,
I forgot to tell you, this guy, Hadley, printed me up a mask. So
Uh-huh.
here's the piece right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's the piece to put inside. I already have some mask cut up,
Uh-huh.
and all I have to do is put the piece on, and this is how I'll be, like Bane from Batman,
Uh-huh.
minus the side pieces. Hold on, let me get this in here. The filter, of course, has right there,
Uh-huh.
and it straps on like this.
Uh-huh.
So
what do you do for the filter?
this now, see, this is the problem.
You know the
I
coffee
already
joints.
I already have some mask. I
You know
already
you can
have.
get the coffee joints for cheap.
Yeah, there
We're
you
not
go.
putting a coffee filter in. Stop. Stop it.
Put the
Okay?
coffee filters in there. You can get them for cheap.
This is what I'm doing.
You get 200 of them for like $2.
Yeah.
Unless people start using them as toilet
This is
paper,
actually what I'm gonna do.
then we're gonna have a problem.
I'm
But
gonna
that's
use
just
one
our
of these-
secret for now.
One of these masks right here.
What's the difference
I'm gonna
between that
cut
and the
it-
coffee
I'm
filter?
going to cut a little square about this big. That's it.
What's the difference
then
between that and the
I'll
coffee
put it
filter?
inside. Of course, with a new mask. That
No,
one's been.
you get
that
two
one's been
coffee
used
filters.
already.
You get the pack. It's like 200 for like $2.
Coffee
filters,
filters,
yeah.
I know. Right? Then I could take it off and pour a cup of coffee too, right?
Sure, exactly.
If you feel like it, but I'm just saying you would have. Look, you would be good for the rest of the virus.
Yeah.
So I guess the idea is you could easily wash that.
And nobody's looking for coffee filters.
Yet. Yet.
Yes.
There's 16 people watching.
Or you could take a
Who are you
couple
gonna tell?
of sheets of toilet paper and fold them over and put them in
Oh
there.
no, that's life savings. People was going nuts for that. No, you can't use that.
People are still going for that.
Get killed. You get killed for toilet paper nowadays.
You wasting the toilet paper?
Well, I'm going to test it out tomorrow when I go to the park. So when you see
I'll
me
bring you
walk
some
up,
coffee filters.
you see me looking like Bane tomorrow, you'll know why. I have this pasted on.
I'll bring you some coffee filters.
It looks
I
like a
don't need
good
no
fit.
damn coffee filter.
Put the coffee filter in there,
Herman's gonna show up with coffee filters.
and then you put the piece back in. You're good
Yeah.
to go.
Herman just don't have nothing to do with himself. You know that, right?
I'm just saying to you, coffee filters. They even got the big ones.
Hey, yeah. Hey, Herman, friends always look out for friends, right?
He doesn't understand that.
This is true. This is true. Hey, John, I thought I was the only one with a Valentine's heart floating in my apartment. I see the one over your shoulder.
Yeah,
Right.
it's still up there, dude.
Yeah, tell a cat to go get that.
Yeah, it's been up there embarrassingly long. It looks like I don't care about the house. I should really.
Adrian says toilet paper locks up matter. Dead Darth Lawrence. That's what I'm going to be tomorrow. In fact, I'm going to experiment with this one here because this one is used. This one's used already. So I'm going to go get some scissors. I'll be right back.
Okay, wait a minute. Night Train says a report says use the blue shop towels. They are the closest to an N95 filter.
Okay.
He's already got the plastic dome.
That's true.
It doesn't matter.
Is that true?
That's what I was wondering.
If it's true, it's interesting information. You know, if you're in a pinch and you don't, you know.
Night Train, was that just a tongue-in-cheek kind of statement, or is that true?
Because I would like to know that, if it's true.
I don't even know if you can breathe through any of these.
Lawrence, so you got the coffee filter, right? And you put the coffee filter right in there, you good to go. Look,
John, you see what I got to deal with?
You put that right in there. You could cut this up, fold it in half, whatever you want to do. Put it right in there. Boom, you good to go all damn day.
Yeah, you can breathe. You can breathe through this.
Or I got the big one.
There you go.
It cover your whole face.
See
You
what I
can
got to
even-
go through, John?
Hey,
I
Herman,
think there's the
even
article.
Cut out little eye holes, Herman.
Huh?
You could cut out little eye holes on the big one.
I just linked the article. I'm pretty sure that's what Night Train was talking about. Like using blue shop towels in homemade face masks can filter 2 to 3 times better than cotton, according
Oh
to
yeah, there it
Business
is, right there.
Insider.
You know what? I gotta ask Justin. Does he have any any of those? He works in a garage for Volkswagen.
Yeah, those will work because the oil in them would stop any air from passing through.
What I like about the 3D printed mask is honestly the way it's designed. You can use very little material, you know, in theory, and then just wash the whole thing when you're done with it.
Here it is, right here. Here it is.
And
This is
that's got that toilet paper, or what is in there?
No, this was from a mask that I had.
Oh, okay.
See?
You can cut it out.
That's it. Now
Yeah,
you got
cut it
just
out
as
like
much
that.
use out of that as you got out of the mask.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
can just pull a piece out.
And it's hard to get those masks that you just cut up.
But for $2, you can get 200 of these.
Will you stop with the coffee filters?
Think about, in theory, what you're trying to do.
I see that. I'm not trying to drink coffee though.
No, think about what it is that you're trying to do. And I told you this
You're
the other day about
filtering.
the mask.
Filtering.
Everybody is going nuts with this mask thing. It is not an airborne thing. If it is airborne and you are 20 feet, 6 feet, 10 feet from people, and you are worried about getting something that is airborne in that sense, then all you're really worried about is that there's spit flying in your mouth. Because if it's airborne, then the air is contaminated and you can't be out there, period.
True.
Because I use masks at work, and we use it because those particles are airborne. You understand? So being that they're in the air, I have to keep that on because that silica and all that stuff will cut your lungs up.
It'll cut your lungs
That's
up.
airborne. That what you're worrying about is not airborne things. So I think the mask is serious hysteria unless you're around people in close contact.
Makes sense. Wash your hands, don't touch your face. Easier said than done.
Because with that mask on, all you're gonna do is take all the contaminants that you're touching and keep putting on that mask.
Yeah, makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Thanks for stopping
It's
in.
mass hysteria.
Hey, Lynn has just said you need to draw a mouth on
Draw
that
lips.
filter. Yep.
Draw some lips there.
But if you're gonna use that, I'm telling you, for 200 of them, for $2, you
Okay,
good to
just keep
go.
breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that mask ain't gonna give you another filter.
True.
$2.
This was an experiment.
$2.
$2 and I got a lifetime supply of mask, right?
Already
And I
got the
could
hard
drink
piece
coffee.
around here already.
And
That's
I
what's
can put
covering
coffee
you.
rinds in it when I'm done and strain my coffee.
Yes,
If
exactly.
you feel
And
like it.
it's perfectly fixed so that you could just pour hot water into it.
See that? You fold it in half. You can fold it like this. Put it right over that little mouth section. You good to go. Boom. Book.
Yeah, there you go.
$2. You got. Look at this. Look. That's one. What's one filter? You get 200 of them in the pack, you'll be good till the virus is over.
Yeah.
Or until the next one starts.
Or get
Considering we don't
yourself
drink
2
coffee
packs.
in this house.
Yeah, the next mutation in like 5 years.
Well, that's how long them coffees will be there, because the filters will be there.
Well, you double up on the filter. When
Yeah,
the
nitrate
use
is the
strain
same
come
as
out.
spray paint. Yep, airborne particles is what you're protecting from.
Well, all I know is
Trust me, if it's airborne particles like that everybody's worried about, the best thing for you to do is to stay in your house and close the windows, because there's nothing you could do about it then.
so why are they telling Lynn's going, Herman, calm down. So why are they going telling everybody to wear masks? So they can keep their germs to themselves. Pretty much. If you think about it.
Yeah, they just want to filter the CO2 you're putting back out. That's what they want.
Well, all I know is
There you go.
There's just I agree. If it's airborne, man, we're all just gonna get it.
Yeah,
eventually,
exactly.
And it is what it is. We've probably already, we'll have already gotten it at this point. But I agree. Overall, it's definitely not. Like, what's the difference between airborne and aerosolized too? Because I've heard that term thrown around as well. That it can be aerosolized for up to 2 hours.
I could
don't
not
know.
tell you.
I don't
think
know.
I think they're starting to make stuff up.
Oh, there's just so much information that it can be really hard to digest all of it.
It is.
I mean, if I go out, I'm gonna wear one anyway.
Lynn, I'm fine. I just when I hear things that don't make sense, it can't make sense because everybody wants it to for me.
Yeah. And Lawrence, we need you to go out and fly now.
Huh?
Yeah, hell yeah.
We need you to go out and fly and give us a report back.
It's 8 minutes to the park. Then I'm gonna have to set up. I like flying in the morning because the park is all the skateboarders. In the morning, the park's empty. I don't have to worry about the skateboarders that are behind me coming over. What's that, a drone? No, it's a flying spoon.
I've been relatively
You got
lucky at
skateboarders?
the parks here. People just seem to leave me alone. I don't know if it's because they're just like, man, that dude's weird or what. I get lucky. I get left alone.
You get skateboarders in the park still, Lawrence?
What, here, out here? Yeah, they're there every day. But now, remember yesterday?
Mhm.
Not yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday I was in the park with Justin, and the parks department. They come by. They tell me, no flying here. Well, now they don't care because now they're told to patrol the park and make sure people aren't in groups.
Mhm.
Which, by the way, Cuomo raised the fine from $500 you would get for congregating in groups to $1,000.
Mhm.
So,
Ooh.
and I just heard on Facebook through a friend that they're about to have a block party, but from everybody's porch. So I'm waiting to see this. I'm waiting to see this on the news, because once they start drinking, they linger down off the porch to each other. So I'm waiting to see how that turns out. Seriously.
Okay.
Actually, in Bensonhurst, they're gonna do it. They're gonna have the party, the
That's
block
nice.
party.
What street?
Just $2 for 200 pieces, Adrian Lee. Stop it with the filters. $2 for 200 pieces, but it does make sense. A coffee filter. Well, we shall see what we have to do. And he even sent some paracord so I can put through the loops here on each side so it can go over the ear. Now I know what I'm going to be for Halloween.
You can get a pipe cleaner and you could just keep twisting it around your ear.
No, that's okay. For Halloween, I'm probably going to be the CDC. Think about it. How many people are going to be corona patients?
Oh
this
my
year?
God, to be honest, That's not funny because holy crap, so many people have died.
It is, but the same thing happens whenever there's a tragedy. Someone is that. Like Hillary
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Clinton. Hillary Clinton didn't make it to president. Guess how many people were Hillary Clinton for Halloween?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Lawrence, just use duct tape. Lynn's starting in.
Wow. Wow.
Duct tape. I think that'll be a little hard.
Well, you could also use dental floss
For what? To
around your
hold,
ears and
to
back.
hold it to
gonna
my
break.
face?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll break. But if you get 2 pipe cleaners, you can hook them up like glasses.
He said pipe
Or
clean.
2 wire hangers.
Or a
With the
couple
wire
of
hanger,
those
you put
big
through
rubber bands, you know?
And around the ear.
Yeah.
And you can just put them on like glasses, like this. It'll just be
Yeah.
like that.
Well, just dawned on me how dirty that glass is from the
The
winter.
ears
I
are
need to
there for
clean it.
something.
Huh?
Your ears are there for a reason.
Yeah. To hang stuff onto like glasses.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You get 2 hangers from the cleaners, or 1 and cut it in half and just make a hook and put it through the end on the mask, and then the other piece go around your ear.
There you go.
Adrian,
see now the
Adrian Lee says the virus is doing exactly what it was put out to do. They gave some statistics, and I'm going to give statistics because these are statistics from Michigan.
Mortis says.
But according to the statistics from just Michigan alone, and I know this probably does apply in other states, but the majority of minorities that have it in Michigan is higher than people who don't have it. And they've come to the conclusion the reason is because of medical coverage. So if you have Medicaid or public assistance, you're being aided medically, you have a higher risk of dying as opposed to someone with paid coverage. You know, you may get the ventilator with the missing valve that's leaking air, where they get the ventilator that plays music while they sleep. You know, that's what it comes down to. Zip ties are the best.
Yeah, but you'd have
I
to
love
use a
zip
new
tie.
one every day.
What happened?
You'd have to change the zip tie every day.
This is true, and
Well, not
keep it from cutting off
necessarily.
circulation too.
That's why they make ears flexible. You know, you tuck them in and pick them back.
A couple named their twins. Yeah, I saw that, Lynn. A couple named their twins COVID and Corona. I saw it on the news this morning. You know what kind of life they're gonna have?
I have no words for that.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
tell me.
I
No
did
word.
see that, Lynn. I did see
You
it
know
this
what's
morning
funny about that? You
on
know
the
what's
news.
funny about that? I could care less. You asked me a question, right? You know what my name is in the year I was born, right? Okay.
Can you imagine COVID come to dinner? Corona, come get dinner.
That's the least. It's when they go to school.
Yep. Yep. You're 100%.
How
right.
dumb do you have to be to do something like that? I don't even know what to say.
I don't know. You know my name. Ask my parents. I had to learn how to.
Yeah, you're gonna have to learn how to fight. You're definitely gonna have to learn how to fight with the name COVID and Corona. Can you imagine? COVID has the flu.
Or can you
COVID
imagine
needs to have a tooth extracted.
Can you imagine when COVID turns 19?
Oh, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Excuse me a second.
COVID's 19th birthday.
Yep.
Oh, it's so bad. What were they thinking?
They weren't. They weren't.
Not good. But I also heard that Autel seems to be shipping some of the new Evo 2s out.
Oh, really?
Yes. Now,
Nice.
what that's all about, I'm not sure, but evidently Autel put out a memo saying that they're going to start to begin to ship some of the Evo 2s out by this week or next week.
Nice. Very
Okay.
nice.
That's good to know, but
Yeah.
of course, I don't have the money now.
For all the Evo 2 people, yep.
It would be interesting to see who gets it first in the States. Because
Well,
9 times out of 10, first on those lists are the guys that do great reviews.
well, Rick got his already.
Yeah,
A couple of weeks
already?
ago.
Yeah?
Yeah, from Drone Valley. That's his name,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got his a couple of weeks ago.
Okay. So when is yours arriving, Paul?
I didn't order one.
No?
I canceled my Skydio 2 order, so
Paul, you're slacking, man. Usually you'd have about 4 or 5 lined up. What's the
Waiting
matter,
for the
man?
truck to come in, backing in. Beep, beep.
I know, just drop a pallet, right? Like what would have happened had those Inspire 2s got out?
yeah.
I'd probably still be flying mine. If I had acquired one. Yeah, but to name your kids
Yeah,
COVID.
Adrian, that was the kind of stuff.
Can
that was
COVID come out and play?
Got the one too.
Is Corona still on punishment? Do you, Corona, take Herman? I just can't. But that's ridiculous.
People are stupid.
Got the one working. But you know what? That's funny. I remember I told you we should go over to Interference Park.
Uh-huh.
That would have been nice to do a video from there now.
You know what? Let me hit up Justin and see.
What's the name of the park?
Huh?
What's the name of the park?
Where? Tomorrow?
No, over there, over by Interference
Flushing.
Park.
Flushing.
Look
Flushing
on the map.
Airfield.
Look on the map real good. The name of the park.
Oh, now he's gonna make me go to Google Maps. Let's see. Here. We got
Pee Wee Herman. Wow.
all right. We're gonna just want to put up the satellite view and type in Flushing Meadows Corona Park. Drone airfield. It's called a drone airfield.
It's called Flushing Meadows Corona Park.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we should. Let me hit up Justin and see if he wants to do that tomorrow. Yeah, that would be cool because it's drone airfield, Flushing Meadows Corona Park. That's true. It's Corona Park. Do a video. Those guys are in Corona Park. That would be fun to do.
So I have a weird question thinking about airfields, stuff like that. So if an airport is shut down, say from this virus, then I guess if you would have to notify with LAANC, you don't have to do that technically because the whole airport's shut down. Is that how that works?
I don't. You know what? It would be interesting to know if Lance should still be in effect. I don't see why not. As long as Lance tells me I have a ceiling, I'm good. You know, if it says 0 altitude, then we have to go somewhere else. But pretty much Lance tells you how high you can go in that spot. If you use AirMap, it shows you in grids the different ceiling heights in all of the areas.
Right. But I was wondering if, say, the airport is closed, does that grid still apply?
Probably.
Probably, yes.
But you know what? Helicopters, planes, and drones have been buzzing the airports since they've been grounded. We saw yesterday on those guys, Sean Geeksvana posted the British airport. The guy was able to go, and he got permission from the airport to film all of the planes on the ground going from right to left like that.
Oh.
Think we could pull that off, Herman?
What?
Contact JFK and ask, can we fly around the airport to get pictures? You see his face.
Isn't the airport still in use?
Unfortunately, yeah, that's true, John. JFK International Airport is still in use because this fool won't shut down the borders. I won't say what country's flying back and forth, but you have an idea. We won't get into that. Give me a sec.
Oh, Libby's video this week. Geek Savannah's having. Libby is doing another video this week. On Wednesday, I think it is.
It's actually cold. Paul, what are you doing? This is your live stream, man.
That's okay.
What you got there, Lawrence?
You guys have enough disposable income to pay the fines associated with being out flying. Betting a bail bondsperson can make a bundle.
You guys.
Lynn, if I had disposable income, I'd be receiving one of those Autel 2s by now.
No, not until it's time.
Oh, it'll be Libby's video this week.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. You saw her video last week, right?
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
She is very talented. Yeah. Lynn
Oh.
told me she has that pizzazz.
That's what Lynn said.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Betting a bail bondsperson could make a bundle off you guys. There's Lynn. The
How
bail
is that,
bonds.
Lynn?
Well, I don't know any personally, but you
I've
probably.
never had to go see one. How is that?
I've fortunately, knock wood, neither have I.
You know, I never understood why people do that.
Go to the bail bondsman.
No, when they say knock wood, they knock on the side of the head.
Hey, it's just as stupid as knocking on a piece of wood,
Well, I mean,
right?
knocking on wood, I mean, I get it. The side of your head, my head ain't made out of wood. That's why I never had to go to the bail bondsman, Lynn.
Choose a virtual background. Let's choose something like this here. That'll work. Okay.
For who? The people in Michigan, Lynn?
Maybe I should open an office. Lynn, you'd make more money in New York.
You want to make money as a bail bondsman? Go to Alabama.
Oh.
They lock everybody up over there. You breathing too hard? Lock them up.
Oh, he's already advertised. Okay.
There you go,
All right.
Lawrence.
Yeah,
Clark,
tomorrow.
right there.
Tomorrow, 5 p.m.
Tomorrow
Well,
at
this
5
week, that'll be four live streams.
Yep.
Well, you lost your way?
Huh?
You forgot it was tomorrow?
No, he texted me. He texted me this morning. I was like, don't forget about tomorrow, which was fortunate enough.
So you just want to lock up drone folks, huh, Lynn?
Lynn needs to find
Wow.
something to do. That's what it is. She can,
Yeah,
only
I know.
harass, she can only harass Paul but so much before he doesn't answer the phone or door. But I'm sure, Lynn, you know what a key is. So if he doesn't answer, you can get him.
She'll get me all right.
Hey, look at it. Look at it this way, Paul. Lynn looks out for you. If it wasn't for her, you'd still be holding your belly from that food the other time. You'd still be holding your food from those fish, your belly from those fish sticks.
The gray fish,
Yeah.
that's a vintage form of fish, you know.
Specializing in a state with $1,000 fines. Anybody that gets these fines. Well, he should have one. He should have a key. If there's no key, you should have a key outside, especially for Lynn. That way we don't hear from you in about a day or two. and Mia scratching at the door trying to get out, we'll know something.
Lynn, you don't have one of those joints you just hee-ho and bang the door open with?
A battering ram?
Yeah. And the shield and everything?
Now she hires that done.
Do you know what, Lawrence? I remember when I was working up at Yankee Stadium when they were building the new stadium.
Yeah.
And we would park in the street up there in the Bronx. And it's like almost every morning you see the cops coming out the building with their joint and a couple of them with the
battering ram
on and everything. I'm like, damn, dudes in the Bronx don't behave themselves.
Yeah, catch them all while they sleeping. Hey, Marine Carey, how are you?
As soon as Mia sees Lynn drive up in the driveway, she's throwing the doors open. She's bowing down and curtsying and everything.
Lynn's got Mia taken care of.
Yep.
That's a good thing.
Leaky's bike. How you doing? Welcome. Maureen
at work. Leaky's bike's at work right now. I'm still here just listening. Oh, wait a minute. If I cut that off, maybe that will let me know if this kills my audio. Can you guys still hear me?
Maureen Carey is my neighbor from
Okay, cool.
Oh, okay. Howdy, neighbor.
See, Paul, you'll already know Mia will have a great place to go.
Yep.
Where'd you go, Lawrence?
Provided you get to one of those gray fish sticks again.
Yep, gray fish is good for you.
No,
it gets the heart pumping.
Paul, nothing gray edible is good for you.
Well, it said vintage on it.
Food can't be vintage.
It said vintage because the original wording was scratched off.
You sure it didn't say if it tastes vinegarish, throw it away?
So I'm trying to drink something. You're making me nauseous.
Well, it wasn't as wangy tangy as the shrimp. That was probably the most wangy tangy. There was the 4-year-old frozen shrimp that had 4-year-old cocktail sauce.
After 4 years old, if you can still distinguish what it is with all the ice on it, you're good.
Well, it was the cocktail sauce was just in one of those lid things. And it hit when I got to the bottom, there was little chunks of shrimp, and they were a little on the grayish side too.
Now, see, Lawrence, some guy done went up there. See, now I'm not liking this idea here. That this poor damn tiger in the zoo got coronavirus now.
It's that tiger, but it's it's 2 more tigers and 3 lions.
I get it.
That are supposedly infected with corona.
I get it. Now, seriously, now, you know, what are these people doing?
Well, they did not originally test the lion for corona. What happened is the tiger had a dry cough. Now, how you know a tiger has a dry cough is beyond me, but apparently they know the difference.
No, I get it.
And when they went to check out the lungs, it dawned on them that this tiger's lungs were the same.
I get it. I understand that. What I'm saying to you is that the tiger didn't just miraculously come up with this virus. Somebody had to go in there and hack and sneeze on him.
Yeah, they said the handler transmitted.
They had a handler that came down with it, and he's now in quarantine.
So if tigers can get it,
wait till he get back there and that tiger realized
what it is. They say the cell structure of the cat has the same receptors as humans do, and supposedly this bacteria or whatever it is more susceptible to cats and humans. So far, they claim dogs aren't, but they do say that the cat cells, receptors, or something weird like that, were very susceptible to the virus, just like human cell receptors are. So
that was that cat. He can't come
in
back.
Cat. So it's not just that tiger, they included house cats.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that.
Yes,
So
they
house cats are
did
included.
include house
Wow.
cats.
In fact, they came out with a warning this afternoon as a precautionary warning.
So now you and your cat got to walk around with a
if-
mask.
If you have been detected as having
Tiger was at
whether
the
you're
bar on Friday night.
asymptomatic or having the quarantine, that you are to quarantine your pets as well.
Yes, if you're under quarantine, you need to quarantine your cats away from you.
Yep.
Oh boy, around mid-February, I was around like 20 freaking cats. Oh God.
You know, you
The
can
cat
cut these
bag.
up real small and put them on the cat, man.
I gotta get my coffee.
You can get like a rubber band and put them in the thing like the old
other
Halloween mask.
the other thing that what you can do too is you can tell whether they passed it on to you, John, or not. Is that do you have a desire to go into the kitty litter, you know, instead of the bathroom,
You know what's crazy, and I know it's probably I probably didn't
Don't
have
feed
it.
your husbands to tigers and they won't
Just
get
makes me
corona.
wonder if I did. Because at the end of January, I was so sick. I had a fever for like 6 days in a row, just a fever that wouldn't quit. I don't think I had a what I would call a dry cough. I get more congested when I get sick all the time. So, but I didn't have a sore throat or anything like that. And man, I could maybe get it to go down a little bit, break it with a bunch of Advil, but it was just like 6 or 7 days.
Well, they're saying do not take Advil or ibuprofen dealing with corona.
This was back in January, the end of January into February.
Lawrence,
back in January, they were still spreading it.
They corrected that today and said that's not true about the Advil and the.
Oh, it's not true.
Well, I tell you personally, my doctor told me, because I have second stage COPD, that I am not to take anything but Tylenol.
Yep.
But
they came out today and said that's not true because
there's a lot of things.
He said that a lot of people
Lee again, $2 for 200 pieces.
Take that stuff just because that's what they take. And so therefore, if they take it and die and they find it in their system, that doesn't mean that there's not 1,000 other people that don't have that in their system and shedded the whole coronavirus.
There's a lot of things you can't take, Lawrence. None of that stuff.
It just makes me wonder, because I would love to see if somehow, I mean, it's so unlikely, but I did visit the city at Christmas, like a few days before New Year's, and we were in seas of people. We saw the tree. I was everywhere. I was at the Bryant Park markets. I was all over the place.
Okay.
I don't know what the incubation period of the virus is, but it's
supposed to be 14 days, but they don't know.
They don't know.
Different people have been affected. There are people walking around right now, they call it adormant, meaning they have it and they haven't coughed, sneezed, had a sore throat, any of the symptoms, but everyone coming into contact with them is catching it. So they don't freaking know. Hey,
well, I learned in grade school that
damn son.
We didn't say a dwarf. They were just little people. So it was
it's very unlikely that I had it, but I was just thinking when I was sick, I'm like, wow, I have not been sick like this for as long as I can remember, because I don't usually
had a flu. Like that. Had the flu.
I probably just had a really bad flu.
You want to know what? If you were in New York around New Year's, 9 times out of 10, just by being in that crowd alone, you probably caught things you didn't want to know you had. Okay.
Yeah, it was a few days before New Year's. We were out and about, and oh man, just going to see the tree and all that other crap.
Yeah, you probably had the flu.
Yeah, probably. It took about that long, because I remember getting sick. The last thing I did before I just came down with fever was I flew a drone from my porch. I came in, I'm like, wow, I feel like shit. And that was it. I was done.
That was all she wrote.
6 or 7 days, and I just felt like crap, couldn't do anything. It was just the worst. Like usually when I get sick, I'm not debilitated like that. Ugh.
Well,
Well, if
me,
I have the
I
flu, I'll
get
have
sick.
to, I'll
I
get
don't
some.
like to lay in bed. I don't like to lay in bed if I'm sick. I believe if you stay in bed, it'll take over you. So I'm constantly trying to move, and I can't afford to catch pneumonia anyway. So I need to keep moving, and I actually take a medicine that causes me to cough really hard in the morning, to cough up the phlegm that's produced in my lungs because of the COPD.
And
If
that
I
and that's
don't,
good. You don't want to take any. Yeah, I don't specifically don't take any Robitussin that has cough suppressant in it because
no, no,
I
no,
want to cough.
definitely not. Definitely not. I can't.
You want to
I
cough that
can't.
crap.
If you saw the stuff that comes out in the morning, yeah, definitely not. And if I don't, then I'm at risk for pneumonia.
Maureen Carey is right. She says it's just all too new. Everybody's guessing.
Yeah, that's the truth of it. Is we're all just
You want to know what? We're not going to know what damage this Rona thing did, because for one, China's been lying to us for a while.
Mhm.
They held it back. Now, just found out on the news, Hong Kong is going through a second wave because they heard that the deaths were going down. So people were still wearing masks and going out, but that social distancing, they stopped doing. They opened up the stores, the restaurants, and now there's a second wave in Hong Kong, China.
Right, and China just closed all its movie theaters again, just recently. So if everything was fine, it was all contained. Why would they have to do
Listen, the numbers coming out of there cannot be real
that?
because they suppressed it for a while before it got to our government. Okay. And in the meantime, people were leaving China and spreading out all over the world to begin with, not to mention our American counterparts there.
Always going everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, they freaked out. They didn't want to tell anybody about it. It's just the way things, it's just the way things work over
So
there.
what was that you had sent, Herman, about the guy you sent me, Herman, on a messenger about the supposedly, in fact, let me see if I can pull it up. But this is all in theory, but according to them, the United States is just, hold on.
I
Listen
sent
to
you
this. Listen to this.
into that.
Hold on.
Posed by Chinese economic espionage and research theft in the United States.
Federal investigators at the Lexington home of 60-year-old Dr. Charles Lieber today, moments after his arrest at his Harvard office.
The complaint alleges that Dr. Lieber signed a contract with the Chinese university in Wuhan and was paid up to $50,000 per month, plus up to $158,000 in living expenses.
The chair of Harvard's chemistry department, he also allegedly received more than $1.5 million to set up a research lab in China, all while working at Harvard and receiving multiple research grants from the U.S. Department of Defense and National Institutes of Health. Also charged today, 2 Chinese nationals, 29-year-old Yang Qingyi, who worked as a scientific researcher at Boston University,
who failed to mention on her visa application that she is also a lieutenant with the People's Liberation Army.
30-year-old Xiaozong Zhang worked on cancer research at Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center.
For trying to smuggle vials of biological material out of the United States to China and lying about it to federal investigators.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so we don't know what this is. Maybe they're trying to pin it on somebody. I don't know what the hell is. Wait, Roger.
Hey, Roger.
I don't know what's going on.
Canadian Drone Hub.
With anything else, it's rumored that it was created by man. Now, I fail to believe that for the simple reason, why would man go to a small town in the middle of China or off the side, a little small town in China, and start an infection there? Now, Herman and I were talking about this because Herman's pop was enlightened the other day on places in China. There are towns you can go into and you can buy a dog in a cage. You can buy a chameleon in a cage and you can take it home for dinner and cook it.
Oh no, they chop it up in the back for you, man.
Right. They'll even butcher it for you. But the point is, supposedly they were eating bats. Bats are the nastiest thing. They live in their defecation. Okay. You walk, have you ever been in a bat cave? A real bat cave? You know why you haven't? Because it's not normal. for people to go into places like that. Serious.
I've actually seen programs on them. They're a very foul animal.
And supposedly this was from them eating bats in Wuhan. It's a city of 11 million, so that's not such a small city, but it's outside of China, and they eat everything over there. And when you eat everything, you can catch anything.
Bats have a tendency to have a quick system. It's going in and coming out at the same.
Right. Unlike birds that don't have an intestinal system, they just go when they have to go. Bats are close. Bats are along that level.
Going while they're eating.
Yeah. So, like a bird can eat, and because it doesn't have the main part of intestine like we do, once the belly's full, well, guess what? If the bird keeps eating, whatever's in the belly and lower intestine, it's just going to get pushed out.
Yep. Hey, Roger, did you get
Lynn goes, oh, yum.
Roger, did you get your van taken care of?
Yeah, the van is gone.
Mm-hmm.
They towed it away, and I got my money for it, so I'm very happy about it.
Okay.
All right.
And
that's a good thing.
My car,
my order has
summer tires on his car, and it was freaking windy like anything here today. 55 kilometers. I don't know how much that is in miles an hour there, but the winds are very strong today.
Mm. Hey, Lynn, if you get a chance, you're on Facebook. Just search for Wuhan markets in China.
Yes.
You see it.
Yeah, if you want to see what's sold in Wuhan, China, I mean, you go to the local butcher, and you could at least here in the States, you can distinguish what kind of animal it came from. There are markets around the world. You've seen Man versus Food. That's one of the best shows out there.
It's the first time
it's not Man versus Food. It's an eating show.
Butcher, I wasn't sure.
It's an eating show where the guy travels the world eating exotic foods.
There's channels here on YouTube that there's one called Exotic ASMR.
Exactly, Night Train. What were you saying, John?
The most, I'm like, oh my God, what are you eating? They just eat exotic food. It's just something that they do in their culture, I guess.
It's not in a culture. You know what it is? If you're in a country where cows are scarce, well, you learn to find another source of beef. You learn to find another source of beef. If pigs are scarce, you learn to find another white meat. That's what it is.
Lynn spent a lot of time overseas. She can tell you all about it.
You got that disclaimer there, Paul?
That's true.
The views and opinions that are heard tonight are not necessarily the views and opinions of everyone on the panel tonight.
That's true as well. But there is still a huge market for buying exotic food like that and eating it. I mean,
I know. I've seen they have.
It costs a lot of money.
I've seen things where people have advertised wild meat barbecues.
Yes,
and they're not talking about hamburgers and hot dogs and ribs, well, at least not the ribs of a cow or a pig, but they're talking about other animals like possum and squirrel and stuff like that.
Right. Rigor Mortis says Iraq eats sheep eyeballs. So, well,
I'd never heard of this one animal called a pangolin. Have you ever heard of that thing?
No.
Oh my God. Well, apparently,
it has beef and pork.
Let me just share the screen.
I'm just joking.
This is what it looks like, and apparently, it's the treat. They like to eat it. They'll descale it.
Looks like a fake armadillo.
It looks like an armadillo. Yeah,
and
but
tree, you said.
What?
What does it eat?
Oh, I don't know what it eats, but these have been known to carry the strains of coronaviruses closely related to COVID-19 too.
Okay,
that's what I was. don't know why I got off of there.
One thing about that animal, you could eat the insides and wipe yourself with the outside.
That skin looks a little tough there, man.
I'm good, Paul.
No,
Just to get another article that, because I know you guys are talking about bats, but this is also.
Well, there's all kinds of things they eat over there that.
And this
like
thing
something
isn't
genetically
either,
grown.
apparently. It costs some decent.
SARS and COVID too. Yeah, I could believe that.
Yeah, it's a whole world.
It's exotic foods. For example, I was watching one of these exotic food shows, and it was late one night, and I didn't know how popular monkey brain is. And what they do is you go into a restaurant, and the restaurant has a round table, all right, and in the middle of the table is a hole. And when you're ready to eat, the guy brings a cage with a monkey in it, and the monkey trying to escape naturally puts his head through the hole, and they lock his neck in. Then everyone has a hammer in their hand, and they whack the monkey across the head while it's still alive because it can't get out. And they say some of the freshest brain to eat is monkey brain. And it's an exotic thing that people pay mad money for. I mean, crazy money to do this.
That Faces of Death series.
And just watching it, I was gagged. That's true. H1N1 did come from pigs. But people, as long as there's a price for it, like they have a saying here in New York, if you have enough money, you can get anything in the world. And the same thing applies in other places around the world. If you have enough money, you can eat some of the weirdest stuff.
Chicken.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you got the money, get some chicken.
Hey, Phantom, how'd your flying go today?
It was windy. It wasn't so bad, but it was windy.
Yeah, we did okay. It was okay. It's just that.
And did you find out why your phone wasn't working the other day on the volume of us?
For some reason, because I think Zoom needs to update on the phone. Since they've done the update on the PC, I don't think the phone is actually caught up.
Okay.
Because now when you join the Zoom lobby, it tells you you're in a waiting room and someone has to let you in.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I honestly believe Skype, which used to be the #1 inter-office group meeting thing, now they're back on top because Skype is looking like Zoom now. Where you have the multiple windows and now you have to sit there and wait for permission to pop in and stuff. But Skype is a resource hog. If you don't have a fairly fast computer and a decent internet speed, it's gonna sound like.
Yeah, because I already tried Skype. I already tried Skype and no way it works. No way.
Yeah, but as far as the phone, I tried to join in on Paul's stream here because I was like, oh wow, the live stream.
Okay.
And they could not hear me, so I'm pretty sure it's just a software thing.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, I'm pretty sure, but once I get an update from them from Skype, I mean from Zoom, I'm hoping that'll resolve the issue. But the same thing did happen again today when I tried to join these guys.
Okay.
Now back to exotic foods.
Well, not only that, Roger Lawrence is just chomping at the bit to fly his new drone.
What new drone now you got?
My first, you can't see it with this thing up. Hold on. My first 6S drone.
Oh.
Pretty much from what Hadley claims.
Okay.
From what he claims, she could hit about 90 to 100. I'm not going to test it out to see because I just got her. So I'm going to be a little easy on the throttle.
Baby steps.
Right. But full GPS, longitude, latitude. So in my DVR, if it does go down for some reason, I can punch in the coordinates in Google Maps and it'll give me a general idea of where it is.
You know what, Lawrence, you can take off facing away from the state park and fly towards the park house. The worst that can happen is it ends up on the beach.
Well, if I'm skeptical about flying on the beach, but I will fly over the boardwalk. You know how we fly along the boardwalk above the lights?
Yeah.
I would do that with this drone.
I'm talking about from the park.
Oh no. You're saying,
that 100
how
miles
far
an
do you
hour.
think the beach is from that park?
A couple of blocks.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Wait a minute. One,
A couple of blocks. I already flew over.
3, 4, between 4 and 5 blocks. You're 100% right. Right. Once I clear the subway L, it's wide open land. But I wouldn't fly from there. I would fly it. You know those projects that you see across the water? I'd fly it from the park to the projects and back. It'll be good to know I can dive a building way over there. Huh?
I'm talking about to get that 100 miles an hour up.
Oh man, please, a good tailwind coming off the ocean.
From away from the state park, flying towards the park house.
Oh
And
yeah,
if you only
yeah,
go
yeah,
in a couple
probably.
of blocks, it'll only take a few seconds.
The worst thing that happens is that you go down to the beach and pick it up.
Yeah, that's true. As long as you stop before the water, because any further, you're hitting the UK. There's a peninsula that I'm on is actually angled. If you go in a certain direction, you can hit the UK in
I don't know if the
a few
battery will
hours.
last that long.
Huh?
I don't know if the battery will last that long.
No, well, don't worry about it. I'm only my 6-cell batteries should be here any day, but I'm going to use 4 cells and stay local in the park till I get used to the telemetry and everything, because there's so much to read. I feel like the freaking Terminator when I pull up the on-screen display.
Hey, John, any chance you're going to get to fly soon, or?
Yeah.
Talk about me?
Yeah.
No, probably not today. I'm probably just gonna whoop a little bit today.
Whoop a little bit.
Just a little bit of whooping.
Nettle
That's
soup.
what
and
Lynn.
meat pie
That's what
tonight.
Lynn calls it when she comes and visits me.
What? The whoop, the little
She's gonna whoop a little bit. Yeah.
whoop.
You know what? The people I find at the beach, of like an FPV drone. I've never flown at the beach. That's something I've got to do at some point. I've
Well,
never.
you know what's scary? Because if you go down, John, you know you got to change the motors. Because
I
once
know.
sand gets in those suckers, that's why I'm willing to fly over the boardwalk. But I'm over the sand. I'm not cool with it. I mean,
If I do it, I'm gonna just take one of the ones that if I do crash in the sand, it'd be like, whatever. But
Rigor Mortis
Lawrence,
said he's
make sure
flying
you have
tomorrow.
a spotter. This could be trouble. Well, Herman will be there tomorrow.
Yep.
Hey, how can
Herman and Justin will be there tomorrow.
aren't you guys on like a lockdown for essential, like going out for essentials? That's it.
You want to
Roger.
know what?
Yeah, I'm going out.
Yeah, it's
going
funny you mention that,
on
Roger,
exercise.
because in my neighborhood, up until yesterday, they just stopped people from going to the supermarket, and they're only allowing 10 people in the entire supermarket at a
Yeah,
time.
I understand that part.
But where Herman lives in Brooklyn, you would think there's no corona.
Well, Roger, you also got to think, got to remember, those guys go out like billboards. They have the FAA.
Yeah, I know. I
Everything
understand
else.
that part. But like
And
here,
so everybody thinks that they're government agents.
well, because like here, if I go out, say from here to Drummondville, and I'm there flying, cop car pulls up behind me, takes my license plate number. Oh, you live in another town. What the hell are you doing here? Here's $1,000 fine.
Oh, no, because what happened is what they want you to do, Roger. Right now, Roger, if you get caught in a group of people and will not disband, everyone that's caught used to get a $500 fine. Now it's $1,000.
Yeah.
But they locked all the parks. They've taken the basketball rims down. They have chains on the parks. But the park that I live by, you can't lock it because there's multiple entrances. So what they have is the Parks Department, New York City Department of Parks Department, a van parked there. And anytime someone comes in with kids, they tell them they got to go.
Like you can't lock that part because in theory there's no real fence around it.
Yeah, I'm not talking about parks or anything. I'm talking like, say if I leave from here, I go to a church and I park my car in the church parking lot and I go and fly. And
so far I've been flying, Roger, and the Parks Department that used to harass me,
Yeah.
They're not saying nothing to me. They're more concerned about people being in groups.
Yeah.
Yesterday, Drone Evolution and
Yeah, they
I,
don't
or
want
Justin,
anybody gathering.
we were in the park, and I said, "Oh, they're coming to harass us. Get ready."
But
so, and they came and they sat there and they just watched us fly. There were
Okay.
skateboarders behind us. They don't want people this close.
Yeah, I know. I understand
like
that part.
going from one county to another county, or from like
A city to another city.
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah.
Here they do. Here they do. They give you $1,000 ticket right away and then go home.
And actually, there are people that they say you're only supposed to be outside if you're essential, or if you're going to get food, or you're getting medication.
Yeah, that's it. Here
everyone out on the street is, I'm going to get food. I'm going to the pharmacy. So the police don't even bother.
Yeah.
But
like
where you're at,
a lot of people left like the South Shore. That's Montreal. They have to cross the bridge to get into Montreal to go to the mountain.
Right.
Park the car there and then go walk around the mountain area.
Mm-hmm.
But where you're at, sounds like
the cops did is they went to the parking lot, took all their license number down. They checked each one, $1,000 ticket, $1,000 ticket, $1,000 ticket.
It sounds like Canada is way different, but it sounds like over there they're ready to tase your ass.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They love their tasers here. Believe me.
Maureen, we appreciate it. They're praying for us. But here's history. Not history. Here's some news. Yesterday, it was reported that there was no increase in deaths.
Gosh,
today,
good.
Today, they also reported people are still dying, but the numbers are not getting higher. And the mayor and the governor of New York City has been saying we need to hit that peak. And they believe by the end of this month, we should start heading downhill. But there hasn't been an increase here in New York City, which is the epicenter right now in the United States.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
There has not been an increase in deaths. There still are. There are meat lockers behind every hospital. In fact, if you get sick now here in New York City, you don't go to a hospital. You go to one of the makeshift hospitals that they made.
Yeah.
Because if you go to the hospital and say, "Oh, I have a common cold," or they're redirecting you somewhere else.
Okay. That's a
good idea. My particular hospital here, I mean, Herman, where he lives, they have one called King County. They call it Killer County. If you go there, you're almost guaranteed to die. But my hospital is just as bad.
Trauma units in the city.
They say if you catch the flu or something, hey, good night. You do not want, have a great night, Timeless. You do not want to go to St. John's Hospital here.
Bye, Thomas.
You really don't want to go to this hospital a few blocks from me.
Well,
now, what's scary is
Kings
we
County
had the first case.
Unit,
we had the second case of corona in New York State. No, sorry, in NYC, New York City. Not the entire state, but our little area where we live.
Yeah.
We had the first case, and it was an Uber driver, which, by the way, he tried to escape, and then they quarantined him to his room. But no one ever said what happened to him.
Okay.
No one ever said whether he recovered, he went home, or nothing. But there's 2 meat lockers behind the hospital. One for the females and one for the males. And I asked the guy, because I was trying to vlog it, why do you have one for the male and one for the female? And he said, because of the people of the Jewish religion. So even in death, they can't put their bodies together.
They actually tried to have a funeral out here.
Oh, yeah, that was the motorcycle one, right? Did you see that on the news?
No, I was talking about the one in Borough Park where the police came through the funeral.
Oh, yes, the first police officer, New York City police officer.
No.
A different one.
Jewish people in Borough Park were having a funeral, and the police came through with the sirens and everything, and the announcement of keeping people away, no gatherings and stuff like that, straight through. Because, when they do things big. And they were all out in the street, and police wasn't having it.
Yeah.
Well, it's
they had to disperse.
Yeah.
No gatherings of people.
Mm-hmm. So, Paul, did you fly any ships today?
No, I missed the couple ships that I wanted to fly.
Okay.
But there's 2 more in the queue coming up. But it's kind of cloudy out.
Okay.
There's 2 more.
You done
Job
hit the
offers
last
for
50.
RNs in New York City. Right now, Maureen, they are asking any and everyone if you can come to New York and help and volunteer. They're even asking people to come out of retirement.
Yeah.
Because right
I'm sure
now,
there's plenty of jobs for nurses and stuff right now.
it's really scary in New York because now the nurses and the doctors are screaming, we need this stuff now.
Yeah.
And they believe we're going to peak out at the end of the month. Now, at the end of the month, if this slowdown goes back up, we're not going to be able to handle it.
Well,
And they claim
Lawrence, you see, I got an issue with a lot of the stuff that's going on right now.
that they're telling us.
You're telling me that Bethany Frankel bought 1 million hazmat suits?
You know why?
Hold on a second.
Because of her religion.
How many doctors and nurses do you think are in New York City?
Wow. Incredible numbers. They even pass. That's crazy because even if
You
you
got 1
were
million hazmat suits.
Right, but they just told people if you were a doctor graduating this year, you don't have to finish the year out. We're going to make you a doctor right now. You can start practicing.
Where are these hazmat suits going?
I don't know. But where the hell
I'm
did the
sure
guy?
if you do the math, there's not a million doctors in the city.
But here's a question for you: where did that guy in Brooklyn, Borough Park, Brooklyn, get 95,000 plus masks and surgical supplies from?
Let's buy it.
Yeah, but I mean, he had doctors, and this was in the news. He had doctors and nurses coming to his house buying cases of masks and gloves and stuff like that for crazy, insane prices. And these doctors and nurses were so scared that they were doing it. But somebody got scared. Somebody said, you know what? This guy is out of his freaking mind. And they called the feds on him. And the feds counted 95,000 plus masks and accessories and gloves.
And they confiscated them too.
They confiscated it and they distributed it to the hospitals that need it. And that was 95,000, while the mayor and the governor of New York City were asking that POS of the country for help.
I know that we have over 1,500 nurses that are going to the Michigan hospital to work every day.
Yeah, I can believe it.
Yeah.
Because people, they sent 75 ambulances from around the country to New York also.
Yeah. And they need to get a list of names and sizes.
Hey, welcome back, Joe.
From these hospitals and start distributing those suits to every doctor and nurse, and everybody gets one. Come on, man. 1 million?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. The fact that she was able to buy 1 million masks when nobody else could.
No, not masks. Hazmat suits.
Oh, there were suits. I thought they were masks.
You had tractor trailer loads of them that came to the city.
I don't get it. I really don't. And she's a reality star, so they say.
Well, she has some other businesses, but she bought that on her own dime. My thing is that they need to start handing them out to these doctors and nurses.
And it's not just here in New York City, because if you look at the map of Corona, it's slowly spreading west. And what's funny is they said California and Arizona are the next 2 hot spots. Because you got to figure, New York City, we have JFK International Airport. Up until about 2 hours ago, planes were still landing at the airport. I haven't heard any.
Still bringing it back and forth.
Yeah, I haven't. In fact, you know what? Flight Radar 24. If you guys want to see the air traffic in the area, download that app. And right now, this is the emptiest that I've seen this guy and this airport ever. This is the emptiest. Now, those are all active planes. One actually just flew over my house right there, and that's a private plane. If I click on it, yeah, it says Tom's River. It's coming from Tom's River, not applied. It doesn't have a destination, so it's probably law enforcement or government, but it just came from Tom's River, New Jersey, and it's about to land at JFK Airport right now. in real time. If you see the red plane there,
Yep.
it's about to land at the airport right now. And on the same runway it's landing, there's a plane ready to take off. But usually at JFK International Airport, I'm going to zoom in. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planes, 2 on runways, 5 planes and 2 on runways. Now, I want to know who the hell are these people that are flying when the rest of the world has shut down their airports and airlines?
I don't know, but we've been having a hell of a lot of helicopters going by here.
Yes.
Police helicopters.
Yes, that's been going on a lot.
Yeah.
But people are still, somebody's still flying.
But they're keeping their distance though. They're up high enough. They're not like the other helicopter I showed you guys the other morning on the live. You almost
Hey, Lawrence, if you tap on the aircraft, does it tell you who it is?
It does. It tells you where the plane is coming from and what airport it's going to. If
Does it
has
identify the plane like military?
It
or
identifies the plane. It tells you the plane type and everything. But if it says not apply for destination, that's usually government or law enforcement.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you download Flight Radar 24, it's called. That you get it from the Play Store. For you people who have an iPhone, you got to pay for it. But I use it. We use it here in New York consistently, so we know what the traffic patterns are of the planes. But right now, JFK International Airport has a handful of planes ready to take off and land. And people are saying, well, how come every place in the world is infected except for Russia? Well, it's not true. Russia has one small area that's infected. And you know why? When they found out about this corona thing, they shut down their borders. And they told their people, if you are outside of this country, when we shut down our borders, you cannot get in until this is over. And right now, if you look at a world map, Russia is the only place that has the least amount of corona patients and things like that. And they should. Who? Oh, my wife was telling me she spoke to one of her customers today, and that customer was stuck. They can't get anywhere because all planes and airports, British Airways is grounded. United Airlines here in Newark Airport just grounded all of their planes. So I want to know, who are these people that are flying back and forth on the regular? What's up, Rojo?
Oh, there's a lot of planes out there.
There is, but if you want to know the air traffic that's going on, use Flight Radar 24.
Yeah,
you
but
can
if
actually
you
click on a
fly
plane
down to the northeast, Lawrence, you'll see there's tons of planes on the move.
Hey,
where?
I got a question for either Herman or Lawrence.
Yeah.
Hey, do you have any of the guys in New York that fly the Mavic Air?
Off the top of my head, I can't think of anyone, but I know there are a few people that do.
Joe Mack is having a hell of a time. It keeps saying he needs to recalibrate his sensors and go to the DJI.
Oh, yeah. He's been trying to calibrate those sensors.
He's still not having any, like he called DJI and they haven't gotten back with him yet.
I could not tell you, but check this out.
Calibrating it.
Check this out. There's one helicopter hovering over the entire island of Manhattan right now. He flew from southern Manhattan up to here where Central Park starts. And from what it says, he came from Teterboro to New York. He's flying to, actually came in from Teterboro, which is on the side somewhere deep this way. And he's flying over Manhattan down this way. Now, this lets you know how crazy air traffic is, because they usually don't like traffic flying over Manhattan. But out of all the heliports and everything, there's only one helicopter in the air. But with, like I said, with this Flight Radar 24,
the no-fly zone. He can fly across
Manhattan. What happened?
He can fly over Manhattan. He just can't go through the no-fly zone.
Yeah, where the POS has a house. Yeah. But it's an interesting app. If you click on it, it will identify the plane. It'll tell you where, bless you.
Excuse me.
It'll tell you whether it's ascending or descending. It'll tell you destination. If you click on an airplane and it doesn't have a destination or call call signs, lettering on it, it's usually government or law enforcement.
Lawrence, check out what Lynn wrote down.
See my earlier comment, where? See, let me go back up. Lynn, 911 stopped all air traffic too.
Now, Lynn wrote down that, wait a minute, 600 Henry Ford Hospital personnel in Detroit have tested positive for the virus.
And it's not going to get any easier. And it's spreading that way. So I can only imagine what the hell's going on as far as the rest of the country. To be honest,
to you, Lawrence, was with the air traffic. When you were looking at that thing, if you scroll in deeper and you look at New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and stuff like that, there are a lot of planes.
Oh, but in comparison to what's usually out there, you're right. In comparison to what's out there, now I can squeeze it in, and this is New Jersey right here. This is New Jersey right there. This is where I am. That little blue dot right there, and that's JFK International. There are planes moving around, but they're compared to usual traffic. There's 2 helicopters. These are probably rich people flying on Long Island right there. In fact, let me click on that one and see what it says.
One in between New Jersey and Delaware.
FRG, this is coming from Farmingdale.
Jersey.
It's a private owner coming from Farmingdale, and there is no destination. So if you click on a plane and you see NA, it's probably law enforcement or government. But Joe Max say this is going to be bigger than the Spanish flu? Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. In fact, the only thing that had as many deaths, we haven't passed the number yet, is the swine flu. If you guys remember the swine flu, that was supposed to be the largest killer of people around the world to date. And Corona is going to knock that off its totem pole easily. It's looking that way for sure. Hey, what's up, John Spizzo? Newfound Drones, what's good? Hey, how come this is Paul's live stream and he's not here?
And he's gone, right?
It's probably got to get something to eat.
John, where's your other wrench?
Yeah, John, you're supposed to have a silver wrench too.
Who's that?
But yeah, if you don't have Flight Radar 24, check it out. It's a fun app. Also, you can use the app. If you have a relative flying to you and they say that they missed their plane and are running late, you can tell them there's BS because your plane's already here, or they can't BS you. You know, people are late through airports and stuff.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't rush to the airport.
Well, considering JFK, you need to be there 3 hours before your flight.
No, I'm talking about to pick someone up. I don't rush to the airport.
Right. Because
if you tell me that your flight is landing at, say, 7 o'clock,
you'll get there at 8.
No, I'll leave here about 5 to 7.
Yeah, because by the time you get your luggage and everything.
Yeah, but I'll have probably circled the airport like 40 times already.
Yeah, that's true because they don't let you stop. With that app here in Ireland, Joe Mack.
I'm not leaving until you call me.
Yes, it would work, Joe Mack, in Ireland. As long as you can download the app, it's called Flight Radar 24.
You heard me,
I'll put the name. What happened?
At LaGuardia? Yeah. I'm not coming until you call me.
Yeah, for real. Flight Radar 24 is the name of it. Give it a shot, Joe Mack. It's great for identifying. If you're an airplane buff, it's great for identifying airplanes, but it shows you how much the traffic is there. Yes, where is the live stream leader? John Spizzo. Oh, he just got back, John. He's probably looking for some gray fish sticks.
I am back. No, two things happened.
He's got several wrenches.
Lynn's squirrels needed peanuts, and Paul needed to unload a little bit of water.
You know, Paul, it's
How do you
funny.
tell which squirrels are Lynn's?
You talk right. How are they Lynn squirrels?
Because I started out with not feeding any squirrels.
Mhm.
And Lynn said I need to feed the birds and the squirrels. So now I'm in this cycle.
Go for it, Joe Mac. I'm pretty sure it does work there because it's an app. So most apps you can download anywhere in the world, but it should apply to airports and stuff. And you'd be surprised how many planes are flying over your freaking head. And they're worried about a little 3-pound drone.
Yep.
Seriously.
Well,
yeah, and if anybody's interested, go over and check out Sean Geek Savannah's latest upload he did about
Fake news.
the fakest of news ever faked.
Fake drone news.
Yep.
Well, they still haven't said what hit that airplane. Remember the airplane that they were
thing got
complaining
shot.
about the wing? The wing got hit by a drone. Well, if it was a drone, they would have found some drone parts. Okay. They still haven't said anything. In fact, it's disappeared, the story. You haven't heard anything about that damn
Like a
that plane
bullet hole to
anymore.
me.
What happened?
That thing had looked like a bullet hole. The one you talking about?
Yeah. That's the exact one I'm talking about.
Yeah, that was a bullet hole. The way it creased,
Mm-hmm.
metal like that. Come on, what?
Right, bullets
crease
ricochet
that
and
aluminum
bounce
like
off
that?
the stuff. Exactly. And I don't know what the
You
hell.
drop your drone on the floor and it'll break.
Yeah. So to go through a piece of
Stop it.
aluminum, airplane aluminum. What's up, Matthew? How are you? And welcome to, I almost said Sunday nights with those guys. I almost said, what kind of vintage food are we eating tonight? John Spizzle, don't ever ask Paul that, because I'm quite sure he could pull something out that's older than you.
Yeah.
I don't know how old you are. You know. Listen, guys, it's past 7 o'clock.
Yep, we gotta go.
The stomach is calling. The cup runneth
Thanks
empty.
everybody for being here. Eileen, hey, how you doing? Don't forget, Go Fish. We're gonna raid over on Val's life.
Nomad. They're saying a Nomad raid.
Oh, Nomad raid. Okay, Nomad.
Okay.
Okay, getting raided by Nomad.
Yeah, is Val's life on, Roger?
She's
Hey
supposed to be
Paul.
on.
Hey Paul.
No.
Lynn,
Yeah.
hey Paul. Lynn
Yeah.
says funky business going on at the drug house. Check it out. You have the best view.
Yeah,
Whoa, hey, whoa, what happened?
I'll fly over there.
What happened now, Lynn?
She says funky business going on at the drug house. Paul has the best view.
You got a drug house in your neighborhood, Paul?
Yeah, there's something going on over there.
Something
But
going
I'm
on
not-
over there. You
I'll
know
just put my gun in my pocket and I'll drive over there.
what? Or you could send the bird up from the backyard.
Yep.
You don't have the Enterprise anymore, do you?
Why? You know, with the lights and the speaker?
Yeah.
With the speaker.
Yeah. No, I don't.
Yes, see, Joe Mac just tried it. Flight Radar 24 is universal. And Joe Mac in Dublin, Ireland just confirmed that it works.
You could have put some nice blue and red strobes on it and let it go over there.
Yeah, right? That would have been funny.
Yeah.
Come out.
If you're here when the first car, pulls up, you're going to jail.
Go
Val
Fish
isn't
looks
on
like
yet.
it. Go Fish says that Nomad Unbroken rated here.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
everybody,
they
let's
came
head
over here.
let's head over to Val's life.
She's not on yet.
Not on
Someone
yet.
just said she's not Val.
Oh, she's
Goldfish
not on
just
yet?
said
Oh.
Val isn't on yet. Listen,
I'll go,
guys,
see,
it's
I'll
been
go
fun,
ask him what time they're coming on.
Okay, Roger's going
been
to ask
fun,
him and
but I
find out.
must go into the yard and
Look at him.
There you go. Yep.
it's still light out too.
Yep.
But
Good job.
I'm only going to stay in the yard because it'll be messed up. Herman comes out here tomorrow and says, "Where's your new bird?"
Oh,
I'm
Val's
crying.
going to be on at 8:30.
And I'm crying.
8:30. Okay.
What happened?
Val's life is going to be on at 8:30.
8:30.
Herman, I'm going to hit up Justin and ask him, does he want to go to Interference Park? It would be good for those guys to actually be in Corona Park during the coronavirus.
Okay, Go Fish. Everybody's going to take a break until 8:30 and then go over and join Val. Because tonight, I think, is game night, right, Roger?
Yeah, it's flying night tonight. Yeah.
Flying night tonight. Yep.
All right, guys, it's been fun.
Oh, wait a minute. Before he leaves, anybody.
Here we go.
Oh, God, no.
Don't you just wish you could mute the host?
Well, Paul,
Paul, go look out the window. We will wait.
Paul,
they're saying look out the window.
Go Fish office.
Mana, do, 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 do. Mana, do, 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 do.
Diane, here he is with the puppets again.
Mana, for my good friend Go Fish office.
Yeah.
Well, you got the wrong guy.
Listen, it's been fun, but Paul, they want you to go look out the window and let everyone know what's going on before you get offline.
Well, my binoculars are out of my car. What I do is I see somebody in the back of a van with the hatch open, and they're doing something. I don't know what the hell they're doing.
Putting a body in there.
Yeah, right.
So Paul is that guy, huh?
Yeah.
He's got a camera on his house pointed at the house down the street so he can see what they do.
When something's going on, Paul's house raises up and turns in a direction. Later, guys. Everybody,
Okay.
Listen, everybody out there, be safe and follow my rule. In New York, they say 6 feet is good enough. My arms are 3 feet long, so I have a 3-foot rule. If you come within 3 feet of me, I'm going to punch you. Stay back, stay home, stay safe.
Okay.
Well, I just stay away from everybody.
Later, guys.
We'll see ya.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Herman, I'll hit you up via text.
Bye,
Later,
everybody.
Roger.
Bye,
Okay.
everybody.
Bye,
Well,
everybody.
tomorrow morning for sure on Canadian Drone Hunt.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Later.